So you're really talking about slicing and dicing the functionality that you're giving to the customer and making sure that they're getting the first value, the most important, most urgent of that immediately, instead of waiting for a year and a half. They don't have to have the long waits. So that's what Agile brings, and it does break the things into smaller portions. As in the context of the Scrum, it's called sprint. So a sprint is that kind of a small little time box. It's called time box again. So the time box of that, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 1 week. If it's a small project, every week you can deliver something. Or it could be, if it is a fairly complex one, you can have for 4 weeks a sprint. So it depends on the complexity or the type of the project. Sometimes you can have between 1 week and 4 weeks. The team completely works on that. And then once they complete the work, it is in a stage of actually taking to the market. And that's what we were talking about, back to the example of e-commerce website of this mobile phone. I can actually have the order, even the order that is completed and processed by, let's say, 2021 April. But that doesn't have to, all of that need not be done in one go. I can actually deliver the catalog in the next month, the selection of the items and ability to add that to the shopping cart by December. And then ability to pay online using my credit card by February, and ability to pay by my bank transfer or sending a check options by, let's say, June. So you're constantly adding value to the customer, but it's not done everything at one go. You're actually doing it step by step. And also you're trying to make any changes, any improvements that need to be done in a way that would help you shape the product better to suit their needs, because you're constantly engaging the customer. You're constantly getting their feedback. You're constantly getting how they want this product to work for them, right? So that is all the way. There is that bridge of communication between us and the customers and the users. And using that, we're actually trying to improve the product on a continuous basis. It's not just taking the requirements, like in the waterfall we were talking about, taking the requirements, spending like 1 month just to write the requirements, and then after about a year and a half going to the customer saying, you know what, this is the product. They say, no, this is not what we wanted. So that's the beauty of Agile. So that's the fantastic value that Agile offers compared to a waterfall mode. And here the requirements, we're talking about the requirements about my experience of working with the waterfall, spending a good month and a half, 2 months, just to write a requirement document we call as FRS, functional requirement specification document, going through hundreds and hundreds of pages. And then that goes through a lot of iterations, reviews, and then sign off happening after 3 months. No, in Agile, it's not the case. You can actually write in the back of a card. We were talking about the back of the cards and the planning poker and the index cards, right? You can actually write on the back of this. That's what is Agile all about. In fact, that's the origin of user story. It should be small enough to be written on the back of, the requirement should be small enough to be written on the back of this card type. As a user, I should be able to do this so I get this benefit. As a customer, I should be able to add or select an item so that it can be added to my shopping cart or basket. Simple. As an administrator, I should be able to see the shopping basket of a customer after they finish the order so I can process it. So you're actually thinking from the point of view of user. You're writing, this is a requirement, that's all. This is how they started the user stories concept. And from there on, obviously, we're not using the physical index cards anymore, but we're using the Jira and these kind of tools, Trello and Jira and TFS, to actually kind of add those detailing later. But that's how small, how quick I can write a requirement. And I can actually almost get it instantaneous sign off from the customer, because I can actually show it to the customer then and there. Once I write it, I say @Paul or Robert @, please review this. Are you happy? And he gets an instant notification then and there. And he actually looks at it. No, I don't think you need to add this one here. It's not the entire cart. They should be able to add multiple items. So say the user should be, as a user, as a customer, I should be able to add multiple items to the cart. So that's a change in the functionality. He writes that in the user story. And then he says, yeah, that's